11 hours on the road.
11 hours, just
36 hours.
36 hours. What, on the road?
In
a row?
In total. 36 hours, 11 hours on the road, and we did like a week's worth of activities. And
A day and a half.
yeah, it's crazy.
2 days. 2.5 days. No.
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 We left at
We
9
left
a.m.
yesterday.
It is 9 p.m. on a Friday.
And so
That is
36 hours.
Exactly. That's crazy.
For those who don't know, which is everyone,
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know this.
we didn't even know what we
We
did.
broke reality somehow.
We did, and then we're back here to tell about it. So
We're going to play a wonderful game called Dead Fights.
we made a day trip to Los Angeles,
Oh, that place? I heard that place sucks.
California.
Are the people truly as bad as Arizona people say they are?
No, Adam, actually, it's opposite.
It's opposite.
We are the assholes. Us
Yeah.
Arizonians.
You hear that?
We're the butt
Arizona
chunks.
people? You guys are fucking
You
assholes.
guys are fucking
Maybe not
assholes.
all Arizona people, just Phoenicians and Maricopa County. If you live in Maricopa County, you're a fucking asshole.
You're a dick. Sorry.
Just be nice. Be
Just
like
be
California
nice.
people.
Stop being impatient.
We hung outside in East LA.
East LA.
Yeah, no, everyone was very kind, polite.
Are you ready for this? I was the minority.
He was.
And no
Yeah.
one beat me up
Yeah.
or called me names. People were very friendly.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where LA got this bad rap from.
yeah, because we had a good time.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, you're full of shit. East LA it's a great place.
Yeah, Cheech knows what's up.
Yeah, he does.
That's why he was born there.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, there's no violence in East LA. It's very peaceful, quiet, good
But-
food.
I forgot to mention, Adam, before we reached California, we did go to my bucket list land, which was the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, the Cabrazon. I don't know how they say it. Carbonara.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Carbonara dinosaur
Cabazon.
effect?
Yeah, Caballera conspiracy.
Cavarella conspiracy dinosaurs, that's
Yeah.
right. Well, I got to see the Pee Wee Herman Big Adventure dinosaurs.
AKA the Wiz dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
Wizard or Wiz?
California. Wizards.
Wizard.
Oh, yeah, the Wizard, because the
The
movie Wizards
Wizard,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
animation.
And
okay.
the Wiz, that's the Michael Jackson.
Atrocity. Yeah. So we saw dinosaurs, and then we made it to L.A. We had our food. This Adam,
No. We're gonna talk about this food. There is a
Yeah, go
food
ahead.
truck in East LA. It
1 year
posts
ago.
up in the same spot. I seen this on an episode of Best Ever Food Review. Yeah, best taco truck in LA. El Pollon.
El Pollon.
What this man does is he takes infamous Tijuana tacos, puts a little spin on it, American barbecue spin on it. So he did pork ribs
Yes.
with whatever he did it on. He had to like smoke it and then finish it on a charcoal grill. And I don't know what kind of sauce he used, but it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Just fall out the bone pork meat, fucking delicious.
So that's a taco truck with ribs.
ribs, and then one of the specialties of this truck is bone marrow. And we got the bone marrow plate, which came with 2 brontosaurus bones with all the marrow still inside of it. Buttered, salted, just amazing.
And
And
then
on the side was carne asada.
Yeah, just
like
for
a
no
pound
reason. For no
of carne
reason.
asada, grilled onions, and then onion cilantro. Like,
Beans and rice.
yeah, and then tortillas that have been either buttered or
I think they're-
Criscoed. Because they're so greasy
They
and
were
so
greasy.
delicious.
so
Oh,
good.
my gosh.
So good. And then I got the 2 birria tacos.
That's how white people say birria.
Yep. That's correct. That's exactly how. Case in point.
All right.
And I still didn't get shanked for saying it the wrong way.
He called it birria to the guy's face, and he's
Yeah.
like, "I know what you want.
I know what you
I know
want.
what you're looking for. I got you."
You fucking
Oh my god,
saltine.
that meat was so fucking
oh, so good. So me and Adam are eating like $80 worth of food. No, at this point
At this one was like $59.
$59 worth of food.
Yeah.
We're eating like a 2-course meal for like 3 people, and we're just chowing down on the side of the fucking East LA street.
I mean, that plate that I ordered was to feed 2 people,
And we're like, yeah.
and then we got sides on top of that, and then 2 tacos,
And then
Yeah.
we got the 3 ribs.
Oh, I forgot about the fucking ribs. Oh yeah, we
So we ate like kings on the side of the street
Yeah.
at East LA. And then
nobody batted an eye. Nobody
Not a
said
single
like, "What are
no.
what are these 2 outsiders doing here?"
No one questioned it. They welcomed it. It
Yeah,
was
some
great.
random dad pulled up and
Had his own Cholula in his pocket. He was set, man.
Yeah,
He
that guy was
ready.
cool. I offered to like, "Hey man, we're done eating. Do you want to sit down?" He's like, "I already ate my tacos."
Sorry, guys.
I'm like, "Oh,
I'm
shit."
waiting for my food.
Yeah,
man.
and then he got tacos to go, and I'm like, "Wait a second. You know, our friend famously taught us, you know, you go to a restaurant that has good food. What do? You get another order to go.
Yes.
So when you're inevitably coming home very, very intoxicated, you got something to soak up some of that booze, and
we
that's
did that.
precisely what we did. We ordered two. It's pretty much pulled pork sandwiches, but instead of pulled pork, it was birria topped with coleslaw, which was fucking amazing. On the side, some rice
and coleslaw.
Coleslaw. Yeah, it was fucking delicious.
So me and Adam, we ate that after our main reason we went to LA, which we won't get into yet. But after our adventure in LA, we came back to our hotel.
East LA.
East LA.
Don't confuse it with this West LA bullshit. this
Yeah.
fake Hollywood fucking assholes.
East LA's where
Nothing
the
was
real
on
people
fire
are.
there.
Nope, everyone was cool.
No homeless people tried to shank us.
The only thing that was fire was that birria.
Yeah, and dispensaries in California with hot goth Mexican chicks that make you spend all my money.
I missed that part. I was in the liquor
I
store.
even told you, I'm like, hey man, you don't want to check out a California dispensary? You're like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go to the liquor store, spend $20 on a 6-pack because California sucks.
Yeah, 6-pack of beer, $15.
You think that's why they're nicer there? It's because they drink less because
Because it's expensive.
It's expensive,
That's probably it.
yeah.
That's probably why everyone was so nice at the concert.
maybe. I mean, a lot of people were drinking quite a bit.
People were drinking quite a bit, but they're still nice.
Yeah.
But they're probably stoned too.
Yeah, it's we'll get into I guess the demographics of this said concert we went to.
So, main reason that we had to go to LA was to go see a band that I tried to go see about a year ago, but one of the members got sick. So here they are again doing another tour across the world, and the only place in the US where they playing was in LA,
East LA.
East LA,
Highland Park to be specific. Highland Park?
Highland Park,
Is it
yeah.
Highland Park? Monterey Park? Highland Park.
No, it was Highland Park.
Okay.
But we got to go see the Clowncore boys.
Yeah, those guys. Left clown, right clown. I didn't know that was
I didn't
their
know they had
names.
names.
Yeah.
But they do. They are
And
labeled.
for those that are wondering, it's left clown sits stage left, right clown sits stage right. It was very confusing. As a theater thespian, I was very confused until they came out, and I'm like, oh yeah, he is. Drummer boy is left clown. Okay.
And then saxophone man,
Yeah,
right clown.
Yeah. Do we even know what saxophone man's name is?
Yeah, Sam Gendal, dude. I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good guy.
I totally look them both up,
Yeah,
dude.
okay.
I totally geeked out when I
Yeah, we
first
did.
got introduced
Okay.
to the clown core fellas. But
So explain what clowncore is, because when I was telling people like, hey, I'm going to go see clowncore, they're like,
what the fuck
is that
is
like
that?
ICP side project? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I do not have time to go into this. I didn't know what to expect.
So how I described it to random dude last night, because he was like, what's a clown core? I go, what's a clown core? A clown core is basically if you took video game music, jazz fusion, and metal, and you meshed it all into one.
But no guitars, no bass, just synthesizer, saxophone,
And drums.
and drums. And a horn, a little like clown
Little
horn.
clown horn.
And a mini cymbal for no
Oh.
reason. The mini cymbal is like the sound you got from like the monkey that had the cymbals.
Nice one,
It's
dude.
that sound to a T.
That is a very good
Yeah.
description of
Yeah, I
my,
mean,
my
that's-
favorite little ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff. But yeah, fucking Clowncore. But before Clowncore came out, we go in this venue. It's called the Lodge.
The lodge room.
Lodge room.
Not the lodge room, just
Just
lodge
lodge
room.
room.
Yeah.
So we had to go through the alley. And as we go through this alley, we go in, and it's like this long hallway to like go upstairs. And it's like this dark, was it dark blue? All the walls were painted dark blue.
I don't know, it's pretty dark.
It's pretty
Could've
dark.
been blue.
But then we get up there, and then the venue is like the smallest venue I've ever been in. Like that
No, it
venue's-
is.
that venue's
It's
tiny.
pretty good.
It's like Mason Jar, also known as now the Rhythm Room, but wide, not excuse me, not so long and lengthy.
For those
500 peeps.
uninitiated concert goers, I'd say it's about a 20 by 30 like space. The stage is about maybe 8 by 10, if that.
If that, good guess, dude.
They had 2 bars, one bar in the back of the venue, back by the stage, and the other one was.
On the other opposite side of the wall.
It's basically a like like a. Let's say you're gonna go see a ventriloquist. I mean, it was that type of like. It almost feels like an art space like theater, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
That's what it is, yeah. Because
Like
all the
small
acts, all the
stage,
other
yeah.
future acts were like mainly art fucking acts.
Yeah.
Like Tim Heidecker.
Yeah. A little comedy music.
Yeah.
That guy brings chairs to his shows. That's weird.
Yeah, why do you do that, dude? He's smart.
Yeah, Tim. What is this, church?
So
Make us sit down.
So basically, I have a 50-minute orgasm from seeing Clowncore because they do a
Can we
50-minute
talk about
set.
the opener before you get into
Oh yeah, the opener.
clown
All right.
set?
So the opener, if you ever watch Clowncore videos, there's two main visual albums. There's Toilet, where they play in a Porter John, and then there's Van, where they play in a van.
Before you do that, you said visual albums.
Yeah.
Now, Clowncore, what I didn't know they were visual artists as well. So all I know Clowncore is the music.
The music part, yeah.
I didn't know that they're also visual artists. So going to the show was special because I'm gonna go watch their videos now because like if they can sync like live music to video like that, I just wonder what their produced videos look like. But go on about the opening act because it's fantastic.
So the opening act, when you watch the Van visual album of the Van album by Clowncore, there's a guy driving. So he's the guy who is basically opening for him. He's their helper. His name is DJ Driver. And DJ Driver, basically all he did on his act, he was probably out on stage for about, 30 minutes, you say?
About 45.
45
They
minutes?
From 9 to
Yeah, those clown
9:45.
boys, they were punctual. I'll
Yeah.
definitely give them that.
I mean, they're visual artists. This is an art
all-
show. Yeah, it's
you had to be
not-
on time.
Yeah,
It's not no.
and plus they're jazz musicians. They're gonna be on time.
Yeah, that's true. Good call, dude. So DJ Driver comes out, and he's just standing there, and he busts out his phone. And all he did was just pick songs from his phone, sit them down, and he would just sit there and just stare at the audience.
About second song in, he busts out a cigarette. His little helper guy comes out, lights up a cigarette. And
And his little helper looked like someone from Call of Duty. He had like all the fucking
Yeah,
the vest
dude,
on and
yeah.
shit. Had his face all
like a
covered up.
mock security guard.
Yeah. So he comes out, gives him a cigarette, and dude's blowing cigarettes, sharing the cigarette with people in the audience and shit. And we're like, me and Adam were like, thought it was weird because we haven't seen anyone smoke indoors in like forever.
The thing is, I thought it was a joint.
That's what I
'Cause
thought,
it
too.
didn't like smell like cigarettes until like he was like almost done with
Almost
the
done,
cigarette.
yeah.
Because we're sitting maybe 20 feet back, and
Yeah.
once it wafted towards us, I'm like,
Oh, it smells so
I
good.
miss smoking.
Yeah. Yeah, it smells
Smoking's
so
cool again. Like, can we start smoking again? I mean, we're at the age where we're gonna get fucking testicular cancer if we start smoking again. But
So let's
just
just do it.
saying, it smelled really good.
good. So yeah, he's just picking these random jams, and like people are liking them. The jams are weird. Every single one was like had its own weirdness. But me and Adam believed that those are just throwaway songs that like the fellas made.
And also, like, they were purposely off like time,
Yes.
and I feel like it was on purpose because the first three songs were like way off time, and I think it was just because like it's a visual art show, so he was smoking a cigarette with this song that's very off timing. And all it was doing was like creating anxiety. I was very high, so it could have just been me
Could've just seen you
experiencing
being
this.
paranoid.
But the kid in front of me like was high on like probably a party drug because he was just grooving, and I'm
He was
like
grooving the whole time.
I'm
yeah.
just like this. Like the timing's way off on this song. It's this weird blue light with cigarette smoke, and I'm like, I feel uncomfortable, and I truly think that that's
What they were going for, yeah.
for. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is brilliant, truly brilliant.
And he's picking all these random songs. There's a jazz one where the time was super off, and that one broke me. But then later on, he has a walkie-talkie, talks into
Yeah.
it. Dude comes back out. Dude gives him a back rub for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, the last song was a 10-minute banger. He just got a massage the whole
He's just
time.
getting a massage, and then he stands up, he stretches, picks one more song for like the last song's like maybe a minute long. He grabs his phone, disappears.
Yeah, but I like he had this like bumper in the beginning. He's like, "Hi, my name's DJ DJ Driver, and please be quiet for the safety of myself and for the audience." Something to that effect. And I'm like, that's genius. And to be kept playing that whenever the crowd would get a little
A
crazy.
little loud, he'd play it again. Yeah, like he was accidentally playing it, but and then
Yeah,
everyone was like shushing everyone, like shh.
Yeah.
And it got all quiet. So yeah, it was an amazing live fucking art show, man.
Yeah,
It was cool. And then within like seconds, the Concord was out.
yeah. And the way they opened their show was very reminiscent of, was it 2007 Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah.
Because they opened it with what looked like a Nat Geo just backdrop of the Everglades, some animals, animal noises, but it's projected onto a projector screen. So their stage setup was drum set, keyboard, saxophone, or sax stand, mic stands.
Mm-hmm.
And then the band comes out in white tuxedos on a white backdrop, and then they projected this nature scene over them. And it was just crazy because you could see the nature scene was picking up on their white jackets, on their
So
masks too. They
genius,
were
on
wearing the
their
white
ma-
masks,
yeah.
and then on the background, and They just stood there silent for like, it had to have been like 5 minutes. Like, it was like entire nature documentary, and then the show starts.
Yep.
Just out of nowhere. Yeah. It was when he started raising the sax to his mouth. I'm like, oh, it's
Here we
it's
go.
on. It's fucking on. It went to like, it cut to like the
It was
beginning
space
of
stuff.
like a sci-fi video game, or like throwaway like footage of like not moon landing, because it was more like, it was, if you asked AI to create like moon landing type like space video, that's what it was. It was a picture of the moon and then Earth rising in the background.
Yeah, it was just like cool, like space fucking.
Then it was
Ambience, yeah.
an ambient sound, and then they started with 3.
Yeah, that was the ambience. They started with 3, and then they did Witch Pussy. The beep,
Yeah.
They did that, and then they did Flat Earth.
So Jeremy didn't want to tell me much about what visuals I was going to see.
Nope, I kept that a secret.
All he told me was they're probably going to show like stuff from their music videos, and then I heard per rumors that they're going to do a bunch of crazy AI stuff, and I'm like, not a big fan of AI video, but they made it work.
Oh, they made it work so well, so well.
The chicken nugget asteroid field that actually weren't chicken nuggets or rotisserie chickens, they're fetuses.
But they're okay. So picture an asteroid field, like an asteroid belt. So asteroids fucking everywhere, right? It took maybe the third or fourth time when they showed these asteroids, where, like, I see, as I was telling Adam last night, 2 legs cross, and I was like, that looked like you thought it was a chicken.
I thought it was rotisserie
but then it
chicken.
moved a certain way. I'm like, these are all fetuses.
You see the back of the heads, and I'm like, oh my god, they're fetuses.
The best way I can describe it: picture an asteroid belt, but instead of asteroids, it was deep fried fetuses.
Yeah, chicken country fried fetuses.
Country fried fetuses.
Name of our death metal album.
Yep.
I don't know. Throwing it back to the roots, but
And then, of course, there was the porn AI. Where it was just a bunch of porn and like pictures of horses and dogs like
yeah,
merging
it was
into
like,
each other.
It was like it'd
I
go
wish I
from
got
like
video of that.
a
I
Latina,
didn't.
like a big juggy Latina into like a grandma, and then it'd flash
Like a blonde
again,
lady.
and then it'd be a blonde lady, and then it'd flash again, and it'd be like a horse head, and then all of a sudden it's like a dolphin head, and I'm like, and it was very like quick cuts.
Very quick cuts, and it was going with the music, like just on time and everything. But while that's all splicing, they even spliced like pieces of like a horse turning into a piece of like hamburger.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But then there was one where it was just like, this is from the music video, the surgery in food.
Oh,
prep.
that was
Yeah.
my favorite one.
Yeah, that was
So it would basically splice like a scene of someone eating food and then splice it right away of surgery.
yeah, it was
And
like
just back
it
and
was
forth,
like
back and forth,
open
back and forth, back and
open
forth.
heart
And then
surgery.
a tooth getting ripped out of nowhere. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? man?
And then
Yeah.
like someone prepping hot dogs. I'm like, this is very weird.
It was good.
Meat Mountain was kind of weird.
A bunch of slabs of meat, but
I
then
wonder, are
they're
they
going down
vegan?
like a stream.
And then
He is vegan, Mr.
I mean,
Cole.
I assumed because he's very gaunt, but I don't know. Maybe he's healthy. I don't know. Is that what healthy looks like? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah. A lot of subliminal messaging.
Oh, tons of
Like the best one was while all the crazy VR or AI weird porn, bestiality, weird shit. It kept saying like brain rot is caused by VR porn.
Yep, VR
And I'm like,
porn.
this is genius. There was another one where it was during like the meat surgery one. It flashed up something. It was almost like what was the movie that you had sunglasses?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, They Live.
Yeah, it was almost like They Live subliminal messaging. It was fucking genius.
Yeah, the whole, and then we and Adam have been to numerous concerts, and like main band plays for about hour, 2 hours.
But we don't go to art shows.
We don't go to art shows. No.
I'm not a Yoko Ono fan,
No.
but now I'm like, maybe I should go revisit her catalog now that I kind of been introduced to this world.
This world of odd art.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I took a bunch of film classes. I know the art house film style, but it's the fact that they use that with AI. Like, I just want to know what prompts they're writing in.
That's
to
what I
create
want to
this
know.
Madness.
What they typed in to get.
He's like, it's almost like that scene from Blade Runner. He's like, enhance, but instead of enhance, it's make it crazier.
Make it crazier.
Make it crazier.
Now add titties.
Yeah, and
Now throw a slab of meat.
Now I need an older woman with the face of Captain Picard, and then when we enter the vagina,
That's
it's
when-
gonna send you into hyperspace, like plaid mode from Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, yeah.
Or 2001: Space Odyssey, the ending where they're just flying through fucking subspace. Like it was like that visuals, and then God, Lewis Cole's drumming.
Ugh.
Okay, let's just talk about.
We should just do a whole episode on that.
So it's funny because we met a guy after the show who was staying in the same hotel as us. Like as I was checking in, this guy's like, "Oh, clown core shirt, huh?" And then Jeremy just ignored him and walked away.
I totally ignored him, dude.
Yeah.
I was baked.
Yeah, and I'm
I was
like,
on vacation.
I know, back in my mind, I'm just like, he's probably here for clown core too.
Which ironically we did.
Yeah,
did see
so
him
we
later.
ran into him, and first question he asked is, "You guys drummers?" I'm like, "No, but this is a show for drummers because
Oh,
Lewis
big time.
Cole is."
The best drummer ever.
It's basically if you took the Whiplash Kid, and then he took drum lessons from Neil Peart, because he
Ooh.
did this toe of the line between experimental prog drumming, death metal drumming, blast drumming as
they call it, yeah.
call it today, and then blast beats, and then
Jazz.
jazz. But he's clearly like a jazz drummer because the way he's very rigid, he wasn't hunched over like metal drummers. He was very rigid, very sitting up straight.
Didn't move a fucking
And then when
upper
he'd do
muscle.
the syncopated drumming, if you cut his left hand, he'd keep it open like a jazz drummer, but the other hand on the cymbal and snare was overhand. And I'm like, this guy's amazing.
The best way I could describe his drumming, picture like you're messing with Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
And you know how everything is like has those lines and everything has like its count.
Yeah,
He is like dead on.
but
He is like
he
I
could
don't,
throw a syncopation in because where you could tell that they're actually jazz musicians is when he'd stop playing saxophone, the other guy, and then start playing keyboard. He would use the keyboard like you use the
keep the
bass
time.
in jazz music to keep the time and let Cole go ham on some jazz fills for
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes straight. And I'm like, this kid must be the greatest drummer ever on a very simplistic drum set. It was a snare, a hi-hat, one cymbal, the mini cymbal that sits on top of the snare, which is the craziest little target to hit. He had a clown horn connected to, it looked right above the bass drum. And then he had a ride cymbal. And then I don't think he had a floor tom.
no floor toms.
And then
He had a kick.
He had a weird. He would switch up his stance when he went from blast beats to jazz, which makes you think that maybe he had 3 pedals for the bass drum
Maybe.
and then 1 for the hi hat because you'd see him scoot a little bit, but he'd stay like sat upright. And then when he switched from blast to jazz drum, and I'm like, this is crazy. And both of them were very stoic, didn't move around.
Oh
like,
no,
it
they
was-
didn't dance,
Yeah,
sway or
and
nothing.
the only time they'd like use vocals is when they like turn their voices into didgeridoos, which like hearing it on the album, I'm like, I assumed it was like some sort of didgeridoo thrown into a sampler.
That's their actual sounds.
That's yeah,
Here's an example.
it was like that. But then I'm leaving that. I didn't even know you peeked it. It was
Sorry.
amazing.
I was trying not to. That's what they sound like.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. But it looked like they were yelling into it, which made me think, what filters did they put on the microphone?
So we went with pitch bend down,
and then a flange clearly,
flange clearly, maybe phase as
and
well.
auto tune to keep it in tune.
So they sounded the same.
Yeah.
It was one of the most interesting musical art performances.
When they started, I was watching the saxophone player's fingers because he had 2 keyboards in front of him. I thought like that high like squeal noise that it's in all the Van album
Yeah.
sounds, but I thought that was gonna be pre-recorded. I was watching him hit the notes with his finger, and I'm like, oh my god, this is everything's live. Nothing's pre-recorded except for the intro
The
and
intro
the
part,
outro.
yeah.
and that was it.
Oop, I just hit that.
Yeah, you peeked
Sorry,
it
now I
again. It's
picked
all
it.
good. No worries. We're excited here.
We are
Very
Oh,
tired, but
yeah,
excited.
very tired. We are recording this the moment we got back.
Literally just got back. I cracked a beer, and I'm like,
Let's
time,
do it.
time to record while it's fresh on the
Yep.
brain.
So the show was amazing. We get home, we eat our sandwiches. Adam sleeps.
I mean, no. We forgot about meeting people at
So
the show.
I'm trying to keep this fairly quick so I can go home.
I want to talk about
I know.
the people at the show. So, I don't go to a lot of shows out of state. I think the last
That
show
was like the second show I've ever
I
went to
went
out of
out of
state.
state was. Oh my god, I can't remember. I think I saw a show. I saw a blues show in Chicago. That's it. I think that's the only out of state show I've
I
been
did see
to.
an out of state show, but I'm not going to say on the internet what it was. So
It was a sex show.
it was not.
It was a donkey show in Mexico. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it was a concert.
Oh,
It was a pop singer. It was Pink. All right, goddamn it, I went to a Pink show.
What state was this in?
California,
Oh.
downtown LA.
Oh, DTLA. Don't go there.
Oh, that place was crazy.
If you ever think about going to downtown LA, just go to East LA. It's so
Yes.
much better.
Yeah,
so
so
people are
everyone's
nicer
cool.
there. They're less pretentious. No one's trying to be an actor there.
No, everyone's just cool. Everyone was down to earth.
Yeah.
Every
And-
motherfucker
and
I ran
that's
into.
going to lead us into the crowd. So I didn't know what to expect because I know Clone Wars has very big reach, especially because a lot of people have discovered them through Adult Swim. I didn't know what to expect. And looking around, I'm like, I am not the socially awkward one in this room. Everybody is. It was a good mix of musicians, artists, and art school kids. It was a lot of young people in that crowd. Oh no. Every time we go through Elevation, it always plugs up like this.
Elevation.
I think they did it on purpose. I think these weed companies are like, don't take your vape carts on planes.
Or hike.
Yeah, or hike with them.
Don't hike with your vape. Oh, I heard it.
Yeah,
Pop.
heard it pop. Just like your ears? Do you think vape carts are like our ears?
Our ears? Yeah, probably. There you go. Look at that sucker.
Hit a blinker. Be cool.
Blinky, blinky. Yeah, so for once in our lives, me and Adam weren't the most socially awkward, weird, quiet people at the concert.
Because everybody was.
Everyone else was. Some lady had a dog
In her purse.
in her purse.
Very LA. And she was hot.
And then we started seeing our friends
Oh yeah,
from
it
different
was like.
dimensions.
Can you go into this interdimensional theory before we talk about interdimensional friends?
Yes.
Somewhere crossing the threshold from between Quartzsite and Blythe and whatever cities in is Blythe California or is Blythe Arizona? I don't know. That area we somehow stumbled into an alternate dimension. I think when Arizonans travel into California, they either go to fucking Disneyland or some bullshit area, or they enter an alternate dimension where East LA is a safe and friendly place.
Yeah, it was
I think
for us.
that's the California we went into. I was afraid of gang violence, and as soon as I was reading like about where we're staying, I'm like, this is a
It's going to be
unfriendly
interesting.
neighborhood. We pull up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like Scottsdale. Like,
It
where
was.
are
It was
we?
a really nice neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm like, everybody in this neighborhood's Asian. I'm like, I'm home. Oh my god, I'm home.
Yeah.
This guy's a minority
I
here.
was.
I knew he was gonna be
That's
the
fun.
minority here because East LA, but
We
I
walked-
didn't know we're staying in Chinatown, dude.
The best was when we walked in the hotel and we're like looking around and I'm like, I looked around and you're like, you're the minority, right? I'm like, I looked around again. I'm all, holy shit.
We have a Mexican girl buying hot Cheetos, and we got just Asian people galore. I don't know. It was like
There's too much going on when we
there.
walked
It
in the
was.
hotel.
I have so many questions on what the fuck happens in that neighborhood.
Because that Mexican lady's like, cool RoboCop sticker. I was like,
Yeah, while
what?
she's
All
buying hot
right.
Cheetos,
And then
yeah.
that guy's like, clown core. I'm like, what? Why is it?
Yeah.
Everyone just leave me the fuck alone.
You're like,
I just got
I
here.
am overstimulated and overwhelmed. I've been on
just
the road
got
for
here.
6 hours.
So our first sign that we have stumbled into a different dimension was that we stumbled across a TGI Fridays
Next to a Sizzler.
next to a Sizzler,
Next to a
Marie Callender's,
with a billboard above it stating,
Jacoby and Myers. Now these are all things that we saw in the 90s that we no longer have here in Arizona.
yeah, over.
That I thought never were around ever.
yeah, I thought
could've-
TGI Fridays went out of business.
I thought they went, like you said,
Marie
bankrupt.
Callender's, I thought,
Bankrupt.
transitioned out of brick and mortar restaurants and just doing like the frozen pies.
So they transitioned. Never mind. Let's just
Oh, you gonna make a
carry on.
trans joke? Do
No,
it.
I'm not going
Mr.
to do it.
Transitional Lenses.
Yeah.
What else you got? Did your transmission go out on your pickup truck?
No,
Now you're driving your Trans Am to work?
I was gonna say something about pies to hot dogs. That was my
okay.
joke about Marie Callender's.
Okay. This guy's a jerk.
Yeah.
Cancel him.
See, because I came back to
Cancel
Arizona, I
him,
turned
yeah.
into a Bucko McFucko.
And that's our hypothesis is that California people are actually very kind, and you know what
We're
the
the
worst part
assholes.
is? Like right when you drive in on the 10 from LA to Arizona, or right when you cross the border, there's a sign that says, "Please, Californians, don't California our Arizona."
yeah, what? That's
There's no sign when you're going to fucking
California
California.
says,
It's like,
"Hey,
hey,
Arizonans,
Arizonans, chill the fuck out, you fucking dorks."
keep your heat in your state,
yeah,
you dicks.
dude. Yeah, you fucking nerds.
Now it should say, hey, Arizona, go fuck yourself. California, have a good day.
Yeah, yeah. Governor Newsom says, "Go fuck yourself,
Go
Arizona."
fuck yourselves, you fuckos.
But no, it was just
No, everyone's nice.
everyone was very
cool.
nice at that show. Here's the thing, man. I have like trauma from going to metal shows from a very young age, where most of the people there are.
Drunk assholes.
I mean,
Oh, you're
You
gonna
can say that, but I'm just gonna call him out, dude. Every metal show I go to, there's always like van loads of my native brothers. And for those that don't know, natives love fucking metal.
and they love fucking 2 metal.
Yeah, dude, and they're the best fucking people ever. Except for when they get excited, they'll push your skinny ass into a mosh pit, and you're gonna get thrown half across the room. But then they'll pick you up and ask, "Do you want a beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude." And then now you're friends, and now you drive up to Window Rock and go see him. You know, every quarter and have some beers up there and throw beer bottles at trailers. But that's beyond the point. The point is, I have generational trauma about going to shows. So I walked into this venue like, high off my ass, but also like on high alert mode because I'm in a different place. I don't know the venue. I don't know the exit strategy. I like to go in very prepared. I have exit strategies built in for every situation. So I'm looking for exits. I'm looking for potential danger. And then it was just chill. And
It was
then
super chill.
I'm just like, I just let my guard down, just be high, order a beer that I don't know how to order. So they have this bar that looks like it's just out of a speakeasy, a gin bar from the 1920s. The bartenders are 3, I don't know if they're art students or they're just hipsters from the East LA art scene.
Probably both.
A little bit of column A, a little column B. Could be like wannabe actors because they're all very kind. And, you know, my best friend here looks like a 90s movie producer. Not Weinstein, you know, like a cool one.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
It's because of the ponytail.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, music producer. Sorry, music producer. Yeah. Anyway, I was looking at their drink menus and I'm like, oh, these are like fancy cocktails for $27, and I don't want. I'm like, do you have a beer list, man? And he hands me like this big plastic piece, plastic laminated paper. I don't know what they call that, magic. But I'm looking at this beer list. There's like 29 beers on there. And I'm like, I don't know any of these names. I saw Stone, delicious IPA. I'm like, I know the brand.
That's
I
a cool
know
name.
that word. I know IPA. Let's get those. I didn't realize for $18 that they were tall cans of 9% IPAs.
I'm still thinking about it. That was a lot of work.
I'm like, I should have just got Modelo because I know that's at least, you know, partially hydrating. Yeah, going through a 24-ouncer of IPA while standing in a concert. Yeah,
Whew.
let's
It was
just
a lot
say
of work.
That almost ruined my night.
Almost.
And then you save the day with I don't know, some hipster wheat
Pineapple
beer.
wheat beer.
It was was
Pineapple
it a
orange.
Heffen? Yeah, weird.
It was
good,
good.
great beer
It
though.
was really good, yeah.
And then like the magnets to crazy magnets that we are. I don't know if he's homeless. I don't know if he was Kanye West. I don't know who this guy was.
Was it LL Cool J's little brother?
Wasn't from Algeria as like I thought he was. And then
When he originally talked to us?
yeah, he had like a Cameroon, definitely northeastern African accent.
Yeah,
Because he didn't have a French accent. It was more like, you know, like, I don't know, he could have been Ethiopian, but not skinny enough to be Ethiopian. Not to be racist. And yeah, definitely doesn't have a French twang. So rule Congo out. But I'm not the people studier. I don't know. I'm too stupid to talk.
A linguist? I
A
don't know.
linguist. Anthropologist?
There you go. That sounds smart, Adam.
Anyway, I kind of judged this dude from the jump, which that's my bad, dude. I was still on high alert danger mode.
Yeah, we're jaded.
And then also the first thing he asked me is like, do you think this venue's safe? And I'm like, dude, I've already been on this fucking Boy Scout fucking getting the lay of the land. You come up like, yeah, red flags, dude. You have a backpack
And a skateboard.
and a skateboard.
How did
and
you bring that shit in?
wristbands.
But no wristband. Not the same wristbands that we were wearing.
Yeah, no, we had 2 green wristbands. This guy had a white wristband. I'm like, I don't know how this guy got in here.
How did he get it?
I don't know. And then obviously he was homeless, so he smelled. And they started talking. I'm like, this guy's brilliant. He's very smart.
Very, yeah.
He speaks very well. He had an accent dropping words that I'm like, I had to pretend that I knew what he was talking about. And yeah, I was a little caught off guard, but it turns out that guy's awesome.
He was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
He came and talked to us later.
Yeah, video producer. We have his on Instagram. I did not do a deep dive on what he actually does for work.
No,
but
I might do that tonight.
I'm
when I go to bed.
assuming
Or when I'm bored
he
tomorrow.
is. He probably works for a visual artist or something because like
Maybe.
he's in the area. He looks like an artist, smells like an artist,
Oh, yeah.
and he talks eloquently. And I was I'm like, cool guy. We saw our alternate dimensional friends. I'm still convinced we entered an alternate dimension. We came back, ate Whataburger to close the gate
To fix it.
to
Yeah.
fix our reality. As we saw, like, just doppelgangers of our friend group, and I'm like, this is familiar yet different at the same time. Have you heard the concept that as we get older, our brains seek nostalgia?
Oh, that makes so much sense.
So,
dude.
for instance, like, the only way we'll get that, when you're a kid and everything's new.
Yeah.
The only time we get that feeling again is when you're out of your element.
Which we were.
And so our brains were constantly trying to seek nostalgia, something that we can grasp onto. So we're looking at this crowd of people that I'm like, I don't know if I'm in Illinois or where we're at, because it was a very white crowd for East LA.
It was.
And then I started seeing people throughout the group, and I'm like, oh, I know this guy. That's
Our version of our
his
friend.
version of a friend.
That's
and then
that's
his
the
brother.
alternate version. Yeah, the negative version.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Yeah, for those two, it's negative. For our other friend, it was a positive because he turned white and became confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was weird culture shock.
Yeah,
But
I
at the
don't know,
same
it's
time, it was
culture
just
shock. It's still
the whole trip itself
My
was culture shock for me. It was just
brain's
weird.
not like. And that was just Thursday.
It's just yeah.
Let's get to today.
Well, today was more of driving. We had a majority of driving, but the reason for driving.
The reason for driving is I like listening to music and making this guy feel awkward, ripping farts. Sorry, buddy.
You were farting?
No. I was trying to hold it in. It became a struggle towards the end. Then we ate Whataburger and I'm fixed.
Yeah,
so-
good. Yeah, that's weird how that works.
But no, on the way back, there's been a bucket list spot on where I wanted to go for quite a while now, and that's Salton Sea.
Salton
I
Sea.
read a bunch of stories, seen YouTube videos on.
also
what it
known
used
as
to be.
Bombay Beach. Just let everyone
Yeah, Bombay
know
Beach
that.
is where we went to. Don't go to Salton City because that's on the other side
Or
of this
Salton Sea
fucking
Beach.
lake. Yeah,
Don't do that either.
Yeah, don't go there. That place sucks. That's a wildlife reserve. But there's no wildlife. Everything's dead.
Everything was dead.
To call it a wildlife reserve. Do you think that ranger station is not really a ranger station?
It's just-
And it's an art installation?
Oh, yeah. that's
And to
good.
say it's a nature reserve when every animal in that area is dead?
Yeah. Pretty smart, California.
I think that could be an artist installation. That's not actually a ranger station because
Dude,
rangers drive trucks.
Cactus Garden.
That's a fucking Prius.
That was a Prius,
Yeah.
yes. Cactus
They
Garden.
had a cactus garden with one succulent in a pot.
Yeah.
And I'm
oh,
like-
and an aloe.
Yeah.
plant. I was like, that's aloe.
Aloe's a succulent, or is aloe a cactus? I don't know. I'm not a botanist.
I'm not a fucking Dr. Greenstone, dude. Come on.
Anyway, we went Salton Sea. Salton Sea is, for those who don't know, just give it a Google. It is what it looks like now. It used to be like the place for like 1940s actors, singers, and then in the 50s it went septic, I guess would be the term, and unlivable. But now it's just an artist commune,
Yeah. Like,
off the grid, artist commune.
just picture a trailer park. Half of them are abandoned. The other half had a bunch of weird art. And then other small portions, people were actually living there.
But the coolest part, there's a sandbar, and it looks like Burning Man out there. Like people have brought out their own art and then probably put it together there. Like there's one that was still being put together where it was a bunch of sticks and they made it look like a fucking boat.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool.
They had like a little like chapel with like stained glass that's been sun bleached and then a cross, and I thought it was really cool. Can you read what it said on there? Because I don't. We
On
need
the rock?
Yeah, we need a theologian to actually break this down. There's one thing that was familiar. It said 3 equals
And 3 equals matter.
3 equals matter, which sounds something biblical, but then again, I'm not a Bible scholar.
I am, though. Okay, so fluidic. So Fluidic
Okay.
equals infinity. 3 equals matter. I don't know what that says. I'll send this picture to you so you can put it
Okay,
on the
yeah.
page. But there's this weird thing. It looks like 100, but it's 10 with a diamond under it. Like, I don't know. I'll send it to you, Adam.
If someone can decipher this code, this could be.
Ancient Sanskrit.
Yeah, this could be like the key to fixing reality or to unify everything. People do a lot of drugs out there. It's
Oh, yeah.
basically poor man's Burning Man, or working class Burning Man is what I should call it.
Working class Burning Man.
There was one resident out there who had their trailer on a beach,
Yeah.
a dude in a Prius ripped through that sandbar like going 80, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
And he's
hey man,
parking-
same car, but I wouldn't drive that fast through here, bud. But you know,
Hey, you do you, buddy.
yeah. And I'm like, I was just terrified I was gonna get stuck in the sand. The only sign of civilization was a sign that said "stuck," and then had a picture
Call
of a weird
Kim.
call Kim, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking call
No,
Kim.
we didn't try.
That's how you wind up in
that's how
fucking
Jeepers Creepers started.
yeah, and then you're gonna wake up in a bathtub full of ice and not one kidney, both your kidneys, and your dick's gone.
Yep.
Is
All
that
you-
what you want to do?
all
Don't
you
call
have is your
Kim.
testicles dangling around. No shaft.
Here's some pictures of Salton Sea.
Here's
and
pictures of
the
my shaft.
shenanigans there. Here's a picture of Jeremy's dick, and I'll
and
clip it in real quick. You know what
do
I'm
Fight Club
I'm
it.
gonna ask AI to do it.
Fight Club it.
I'm like,
Splice it
whatever
in.
you did for Clown Core, do this with these pictures and Jeremy's dick. He's like, who's Jeremy? I'm like, you know, the guy from the '70s, mustache.
No, not
long
that
haul.
guy. The
Yeah,
guy
no,
from
that
the
one.
Pearl Jam video.
Oh yeah, that wasn't he a kid.
That either shoots all like does he shoot himself or did he shoot all the kids in that video? I never got that at the end because at the end the kids
What?
are like, oh, like all paused like this, but they have blood on them. But I was like, is that blood like they got shot or is that blood like the dude like killed himself?
So what you're telling me?
I never got that at the end of the
It
Jeremy
wasn't
video.
Marilyn Manson that caused Columbine. Is Eddie Vedder?
Holy moly. It was Eddie Vedder. It was me, apparently, because
Oh, okay.
Jeremy.
All right.
He's the wind.
We got back to Arizona. We had what? a
No,
bird.
we forgot about the detour through Tatooine.
Oh my god, that's right. So something happened on the I-10 where they shut down a section
Maybe
of
this
it.
is when we went through the final part of the dimension.
Maybe okay. So there was a sign. Did you take a picture of that sign where it's like pay the toll to exit and enter
I'll read that
reality?
shit. Yeah, I'll read that shit right now. The sign said, Adam is gay.
No, yeah,
Stop,
that's what it said.
pay
In big
toll
bold
for
letters.
re-entry to the, and it says real, but the real is crossed out. And it says underneath it, oh, I didn't get what it says underneath it. Real, and then world. Here you can kind of see. There's like a little cross out.
Yeah. It's in handwriting. Does it say insane?
Insane world, yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's what it says, insane world. Good, yeah, good eyes, Adam.
No. There's like an S in there.
Insaki world?
Insaki.
No
Insaki.
Saki
No
world?
Saki.
Nonsense world?
Nonsense.
Real nonsense? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
Anyways.
we thought we were going to backtrack up the 111
To the 10.
to the 10 and then slip it around. But instead, my GPS is like, after I read that sign, my GPS is like, detouring. And we straight cut through what looked like Joshua Tree meets Tatooine
Yep.
meets that fucking desert level, which is Joshua Tree from Star Trek. But,
Yep.
you know, what do I know? Yeah, that's could have been where they shot Dune back there.
Yeah.
Or, I don't think they shot Dune in Jordan where they shot,
I think that's where they got the idea
New
for
Hope
Dune.
in
'cause
Jordan.
that's
Yeah,
where
it was
Dune really is
straight up-
happening.
Yeah, dude, I was kind of looking for Fremen and or Sand People, which are Sand. So everyone says that Lucas ripped off Dune.
Because the Tusken Raiders?
No, not just for the Tusken Raiders, but the whole entire story. The Paul Atreides is Luke Skywalker. Harkonnens are the Empire,
Empire,
and the
yeah.
Empire is the Empire because it was an emperor.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had different factions, but no, whatever. Same
Yeah,
thing. It's
everyone rips off everyone.
yeah. I
Come
mean,
on.
both stories are Excalibur. Nothing's real. Nothing's original. We may or may not have fixed reality.
We may
I
have
am
even
too
broken
tired
ours.
and too stupid to understand anything. Tom Segura show is fantastic.
I watched all of it in one sitting.
Please watch that show. Please. I think if enough people watch it, maybe we'll get re-up for season 2 and season 3.
he's getting
and we'll get
season
like
2.
20 more years of Tom Segura.
100 episodes.
100 episodes of bad thoughts. Is that it? I think we're done. I need to go to bed.
But don't take
I've
my
been
word
trucking for
for
12
it.
hours. I feel like a long haul trucker.
He does.
Gotta get myself a lot lizard, some crack cocaine, some Texas turnarounds, and an STD.
But don't take my word for it.